Well now, hey guys, welcome back. Girl Goo and I are happy to be with you today. Hey, look here, you ever heard this saying or got into this discussion with someone who said, but you're just a natural born leader. You're supposed to be in charge. And you buy into that? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Some of you are failing right now. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, not because you don't have what it takes. You're failing because somebody has convinced you that you're supposed to be a leader when all you ever wanted to be was the one who supports the leader. And I'm here today to give you permission not to quit, but to stop forcing a role that was never yours. Because the truth is very simple. Not everyone is a leader. Not everyone should be a leader. Not everyone can be a leader. And not everyone will ever be. And that is not weakness. That's wisdom. So let me ask you a question you've heard 1,000 times. Are leaders born or made? Flip a coin? And the answer, in my view, is it depends. There are very few absolutes in leadership, but here's one absolute I know for sure. If you have no interest in leading, don't force it, baby. Forget it. Because people are out here getting pressured into leadership like it's a promotion. But for some people, it's a punishment. Some folks will say, well, how will you know if you don't try? And to them, I ask, well, how do you know you'll survive if you jump out of an airplane without a parachute? Now, I know that seems a bit extreme, right? But being in leadership, when you don't want to be, that can be extreme also. I mean, it can crush your confidence, it can break your peace, it can ruin your performance, and it can make you feel like a failure when you were never failing. You were just in the wrong seat. Now, let me speak from experience. I'm Georgie A. Milton, America's Failure Coach, a retired colonel, United States Army, Officer Candidate School Hall of Fame inductee. I've led in war and in peace. I've briefed multiple United States ambassadors. I've spent decades watching what works, what breaks people, and here's what I've learned the hard way. Leadership isn't about the title. Leadership is about the burden. And some people are built to carry that burden. But not everyone, right? They are built to hold the mission together without needing to be in charge for some people. And you need to hear me clearly. Support roles are not lesson hand. Support roles are often the reason the leader survives. Support roles are why teams win. Support roles are why organizations don't collapse. Support roles are why the mission gets accomplished. Support roles are why people win wars. So, if you're watching me right now and you feel lost, you feel like you're behind, you feel like you're not big enough because you don't want to lead, let me set you free today. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, free at last, baby. You don't need to be the boss to be valuable. You don't need to be the face to be powerful. You don't need to be the leader to be legendary. Some of the greatest world changers in history weren't the ones at the microphone. They were the ones behind the scenes, making sure the microphone even worked. So there's some name changers here, man. I mean, game changers who were making things happen. Aaron, the voice behind Moses. Yep, that Moses, that 10 Commandment Moses dude. Moses was called to lead, but Moses struggled to speak. And God didn't shame him for that. God gave him Aaron. Aaron became the voice that helped deliver a nation. Aaron stood behind Moses when the pressure was heavy. Aaron helped communicate the mission. Aaron supported the leader through resilience, chaos, and fear. Lessons sometimes you Your gift isn't to lead the charge, it's to strengthen the one who does. MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., had a strategist named Bayard Rustin. Most people know Dr. King, but few people know Bayard Rustin. Rustin was the organizer, the strategist, the planner. He helped organize the March on Washington, D.C., one of the most important events in American history. He didn't need the spotlight. He didn't need the fame. He needed the mission to succeed. So here's your lesson. Support roles shape history. The world remembers the voice, but the voice often stands on the shoulders of the planner. What about Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs had an operations powerhouse by the name of Tim Cook. You guys know him, right? Steve Jobs was the visionary, the brand, the stage presence, but Apple became what it became because of Tim Cook. Tim Cook was the machine behind the mission. I mean, the supply chain, execution, systems, consistency. Jobs could dream it, but Cook could deliver it. Lesson here. The leader may inspire the mission, but the support role sustains the mission. Nelson Mandela had a steady anchor. Walter Sisulu. Mandela is world famous, but behind him was Walter Sisulu, mentor, organizer, steady force, loyal supporter. Sisulu was instrumental in building movements, developing leaders, and maintaining direction when the heat got hot. He wasn't chasing the spotlight, he was chasing freedom, right? So your lesson is simply this. Support roles don't just help leaders, they produce leaders. And I got a couple of lessons here for you. So lesson number one, your value is not determined by your position. Some of you think, if I'm not leading, I'm not important. That's a lie. Your value is determined by your impact, and impact doesn't require a title. Lesson number two, forcing leadership can create unnecessary failure. I mean, you can fail at something you were never built to do, and then you'll blame yourself when the real issue is you were forced into a role you didn't want. Support roles thrive when people are aligned with who they are. Here's your third lesson. The best teams have strong leaders and strong supporters. So let me tell you something I learned in the military. The mission doesn't succeed because one person is great. The mission succeeds because the team is disciplined. Support roles are the backbone of every winning unit. Lesson number four. A support role in leadership is disguised. Let me say it again. A support role is leadership in disguise because real leadership isn't control, real leadership is an influence, and supporters influence outcomes every single day. So if you are feeling lost because you don't want to be the leader, I want you to hear me today. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not failing. You're just finally beginning to be honest about what fits you. And when you stop forcing what doesn't fit, you start building what does. So hey, success comes and goes and failure stays, and I train people to respond. And remember this, failure is not the problem, guys. It's the beginning of your success. As your coach, I'm here to help you use your failures to respond and rise and become everything you were meant to be. So if this message hits you home today, do these three things for me now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you don't ever miss a Milton's Monday motivational message. And if you're really ready to stop letting failure define you and start learning how to respond and rise, work with me. Visit my website at georgiamilton.com or contact me personally at americasfailurecommand@gmail.com. And you can go out there and grab those high-speed books that I've written. Failure is not the problem, it's the beginning of your success. Book and workbook, journal with that. Failure is not the problem, it's your leadership. And children's books. Come on now. Real big on this, kids, and failure. Is Georgie a failure? Conversation between a father and his son. Failure, grace, and her FailureTastic experience. Conversation about failure between a mother and a daughter. So this has been Georgie A. Milton, America's failure coach, made FailureTastic. Signing off. See you next time. Out here, guys. Hoorah!